Oh, Kitty, I get so terribly bored just reading like this by the river. I feel jolly pretty and I get to wear flouncy dresses and have my hair in ringlets, but nothing ever happens. Shall we have a game of chess?
If you want, I'll stand up. Shall I?
My turn first. Now yours.
Want a queen's bishop?
I'm going to move my white queen there. She's my favourite.
Careful where you put your hands, young lady.
What was that? Kitty?
I didn't say anything. Red queen, king's before.
That's the move. You can't escape me, you sorry pretense for a queen.
You said something that time, Kitty.
I did not.
Come on, white queen. Let's get it.
Oh dear. I fear you put me in rather an awkward position.
You did say something, Kitty. You did.
I did not. Red queen to king's bishop 2. Checkmate, I think you'll find.
You're mine, Whitey.
I wish you didn't do that.
Gosh, did you hear something, Kitty?
No.
I think I'll just have a little nap myself and see if things get more exciting later. And just sit and play with my kitty all day long. Oh, hello. Hello. Would you like to play a game with me? Of course you would. Can you clap? Well then, don't join in. Can you clap and stamp? Great. Look. We're going to have this side against this. This side, can you clap? Clap with me. Clap when I clap, yeah? With me. Great, great. We've taught you to clap in time. Okay, you guys, I want you to stamp when I stamp, but I want you to stamp as hard as you can, okay? We need to wake Kitty up or she'll be asleep forever, okay? Come on, in time, guys. All of you. Okay, so when I clap, you guys clap. When I stamp, you guys stamp. And stamp really hard. Otherwise we'll never wake her up, okay?
Why are you making so much noise? Can't a rabbit eat his carrots in peace?
You spoke to me!
How else can I tell you what a noisy, selfish little girl you are?
But you're a rabbit!
GCSE in biology, not as stupid as you look.
Don't you talk to me like that?
I speak as I find, young lady. Now, are you the Alice child?
I am Alice, yes?
Then you are coming with me.
Why should I?
Because you don't have any choice.
Know the joke about the Eisenberg uncertainty principle?
I'm uncertain.
That's a good one, Mr. Dumb.
D.
D?
I'm D, you're dumb.
Dumb? D? Dumb. I say, Mr. D, I hear the White Rabbit's got one.
Indubitably, Mr. Dumb. I do believe he has.
I knew he'd get one.
I knew we could rely on him.
Never doubted it.
Nor me. One what?
What?
One what is White Rabbit got one of what?
A human being from ordinary land.
Goodness, that's ordinary.
Isn't it?
What's it for?
For feeding.
We're gonna feed it.
We're gonna feed it.
Well, what with?
Some mustard perhaps. Maybe a little seasoning.
Ah, see, we're not just feeding it, we're feeding it to the...
Exactly, Mr. D. We're gonna feed it to the...
Goodness gracious, Mr. Dunn, we're feeding it to the jack.
By George, Mr. D. I do believe you've got it.
By George, Mr. Dunn, I do believe I have. And Mr. Dunn?
Yes, Mr. D.
Who's George?
Has anybody seen a tree? It reminds you? What reminds you? I'm saying, has anybody seen a tree? Behind me? No, it isn't. Oh, no, it isn't. I'm going to ask you one more time. Has anybody seen a tree? Behind me? I've got your card marked.
Whatever happened to the white rabbit? He moved so fast, I didn't see which way he went. I wonder that he wants me to follow him at all. But look, a door, and an extraordinarily large key. And the key fits perfectly. Oh, this can't be a coincidence. And look at that beautiful garden down there. Oh, I wish I could get through. What I need is a bottle of something magic to make me much, much smaller. Wonder where I can get one of them. Funny how that kind of thing happens. I should drink this, even though it says it should only be drunk in a responsible manner and with consideration for others. Stuff them, I say. I'll drink what I like. Here goes. Goodness! I must have got much smaller because now I fit through the door. Here I go.
Ah, you again. I've no time to speak to you. Just follow that huge nose of yours and you'll get to where you need to go to. I must get to the Red Queen quickly, or she'll boil me up for soup. Now go on, girl.
Well, whatever did he mean? I do not have a huge nose.
Oh, yes, you do.
Oh, no, I don't. Oh, no, I don't. Anyway, I don't. Thank you. Who is the Red Queen? I know. I'll go to that lovely little garden and find out.
Hello, who are you? Well, I'm Nasturtium. This is Busy Lizzie Ann. I can never remember yours. Forget me not. Please introduce yourself. Mind your own business. I'm Snap Dragon.
Everything speak here!
Well, you can, so it can't be so hard.
Sorry, didn't mean to be rude.
It's all right. We like you, but you really shouldn't have come.
We don't want to lose you, but we think you ought to go. For your health and your safety, there are things you must not know. We shall want you and miss you, but with all our might and main, we shall cheer you, thank you, bless you, if you come
Who is the Red Queen? And why is everyone so scared of her? I'm not scared of queens.
You should be. The flowers are right.
What? Who said that?
I did.
But you're just... Well,
you know.
Where's the rest of you?
What odd things you ask? I could say the same of you. I can only see your outside, so where are your insides?
Inside, of course.
Well, I keep the rest of me behind the grip. I'll show you the rest of me if you show me the rest of you.
But I can't turn myself inside out.
Well, I will show you, but you're not allowed to look.
But I won't see anything if I don't look.
I never said you could see me, just said I'd show myself. It's up to you if you decide to see me.
Very well then, I shall. My, what a strange cat you are.
May I say what a strange cat you are?
You may not. Now, who is the Red Queen? Why is everyone so scared?
Oh, she's not frightening at all. She's got a face like somebody with a pineapple up her bum.
Please! I'm a child of the Victorian era and will swoon if subjected to such language.
Then swoon away, my dear girl. I talk as I talk. The Red Queen cannot hurt you.
Well, that's all right then.
But she has a creature. And I hear that doesn't hurt you either.
Oh, then why is everyone so terrified?
Because it eats you whole. And too quickly to hurt.
It eats you.
I do wish you would listen to what I say. And look, I'm leaving now. Goodbye.
What should I do now?
Have some tea. That's what most people around here seem to do.
Wait, I'm coming too, wherever you are.
Bring me Tweedledum and Tweedledee right now. I said now. Why are they here?
Oh, my darling, you haven't. You just called them. You need to give them a teensy chance to get here.
Chance? Chance? I got here. Why didn't they? Off with their heads.
Oh, dear, here we go again. That's the Queen of Hearts. My darling little viper. She does the off with their heads thing.
And what do I do?
You feed people.
I feed people. I run a bed and breakfast.
No, my sweetness. You feed them to the... You know.
Oh yes, of course I do. I love doing that. He makes such a wonderful slurping sound as he sucks off all their flesh. Who have we got to feed now?
Oh, my dearest, times are hard. He only eats those human things, and they are so very hard to come by. I heard that White Rabbit brought one in earlier, but you know what he's like, so unreliable, always running around late for everything.
Well then get me those ridiculous Twiggles and get them now.
Very well, my little pot of nitrimals, I'll summon them. Tweedledum, Tweedledee, your queen commands your presence.
What do you have to say for yourselves?
Well, Your Highness.
I can't hear a word. Did you say you wanted your heads cut off?
We're deeply sorry, Your Highness.
Irrefutably desolate.
Undeniably so, Your Highness.
Incontestably, I have to agree. Perhaps you might explain to us what it is you're so very sorry about.
The human child, Your Highness.
She is not inconsiderably somewhere else, your wondrousness is.
You mean to say there is a human kind of person running loose? There is food? Oh my, it would be wonderful if it were that stuck-up little prig of a child who keeps knocking us off the chessboard and is so fond of that dreadful tart, the White Queen. Is it her? Is it?
We think it may well be, Your Highness.
On prevailing balance of probability, it's probably more so than probably not. Sorry.
Then find her. Bring her to me now.
We rush, Your Highness.
We hasten.
We race.
We scurry.
We scurry.
We surge.
We scamper.
Then why can I still see you? I want that human girl here today, or you two will be the next meal. Now go.
Come, my little pit of bile. Let us have a game of croquet. You know how much you enjoy that. Come along.
Silly liver coward, you.
Look, a seat to be had, and royal guests have been invited. Oh.
I can take you, and you. Left jab, right across to the head. Pow!
Oh, do be quiet, Hare.
Uppercut to the jaw. What's that, kid? What? You're on the deck, and don't try to chase me. I'm the fastest thing on legs. See that? Did you see that?
Sit down here, there's almost no room there.
Hello, Hatter. Still mad?
Completely.
Excellent. The madder the better.
Oh, do sit down, Hare.
Sit down. Do I look like the kind of guy who sits down? Wow, thank you, Hatter. What's that you're offering, Hatter?
Tea.
Tea? Do I look like the kind of guy who drinks tea? I'm fast. I'm furious. I'm dangerous. I'll box you into the ground.
Biscuit.
Digestives.
Garibaldi.
Oh, absolutely.
Milk chocolate.
If you like.
Dormice like biscuits.
March hares like biscuits.
So what's so special about biscuits with tea?
Tea makes me wet. Biscuit soaks up the water and makes the hair drier. Hair dryer. Get in.
Hair dryer. Oh, that's marvellous. I'm going to try it on the dormouse. Dormouse, where are you? Dormouse!
Time for tea, Hatter.
Listen to this. I've got a marvellous one here. Right, you listening? I don't like tea.
Why have so many tea parties then?
No, ask me why.
I just did.
Oh yeah, you did.
So, what's the answer?
Because it's a hairdryer.
What's one of those?
You know, it's a... Oh, ask him.
Well, old fellow, what's one of those?
I don't know. Made it up there. Stick 'em up, Dormouse Queensberry rules. I'm gonna fake left, fake right, float like a butter dish and steam like a small margarine sandwich.
Do sit down and be quiet, Hare.
He hit me, Hatter. He hit me. Do something.
Tea, Dormouse.
Very decent of you. Anybody else coming to your tea party, Hatter?
Was no room, dear fellow.
Even for royalty?
Oh, it's the Queen. It's the White Queen. Oh, stay calm, everybody. Oh, Your Majesty, Your Majesty, Your Highness, Madam, Your Queenicles, you're here.
Well, you did invite me.
We are delighted, Your Majesty.
Oh, yes, we are. I always invite you back.
But you never come.
Well, this is a rather special occasion. We have a visitor here.
I'll take the visitor. Won't get past my defence. Double feint. Duck. Bob, your uncle. Pow!
I don't think we want to assault her, Mr. Hare. She is in some danger while she is here, and we must help her if we can.
Danger? Did you say danger?
No time for danger, Dormouse. No, because it's time for tea.
Tea.
Oh, but where's the White Queen going to sit? Off with our heads. Oh,
That's the Queen of Hearts, Mr. Hatter. As a general rule, I do not decapitate those who invited me for tea. Now listen, I rather think we're going to meet our visitor.
Hello again. Do you think this is where people here come for tea?
No.
They look completely bonkers to me.
Yeah, they are bonkers.
Especially the one with the hat.
Especially the one with the sun's hat.
who are you talking to? Are you mad?
I don't think so. I was just talking to them.
Nothing wrong with being mad, you know. The very sanest people are mad. Actually, I myself am quite mad. I'm not as mad as you, because there's no one there.
No, we're there.
Oh yes, there is.
I know it.
And there is.
Oh yes, there is. Oh yes, there is.
All right then, if you're really out there, prove it to me. Throw money at me. See? I told you there's no one there. Anyway, what brings you here, may I inquire?
Dear, excuse me. I was advised to have some tea.
Oh, one is always advised to have tea, I believe. Oh, yes. Been If one were not, then teapots the world over would flood and we'd all be washed away.
Never really thought of it like that before.
Ha! But they call me the mad one.
Do they?
Yes, my dear, indeed they do. They call me Mad Hatter. And do you know why?
You're mad.
No idea.
Because it's my name. Young people these days. Ha!
Hello, Alice.
Hello. Oh, excuse me. Good day, Your Highness. I couldn't help noticing the crown. You're a queen, are you not?
I am the White Queen, my dear. And may I say, how lovely it is to meet you again.
Again?
Oh, we've met many times before, and you've always been most helpful to me. Now, I must say, you can be a little bad-tempered, but your kitten here is very smart.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I do my best.
It caused me much difficulty, you young scallywag.
It's only a game, Mum. I learned it from my father when I was very, very small.
A game for you people, perhaps. But for those whose destiny you guide, it is rather more serious.
Kitty, what are you doing here? Do you two know each other? How did you get here?
Calm yourself, my dear child. I cannot tell you all these things. You must follow your own path and answer your own questions. And besides, if I gave it all away now, what would we do for the next hour?
A whole hour? Better get going then, haven't we?
So, what does one do at a Mad Hatter's tea party?
One has tea. That is always the correct thing to do. Always, everybody can see it.
This chair looks empty.
It's not empty. That's my chair.
Well, then I'll have this. Well, really, of course there's nowhere to sit if you keep moving around.
That's what I do. I'm a March hare.
You should do it somewhere else and let me sit down.
No one who speaks to March hare like that little lady could,
Time for bed. The moon's up.
I see no moon.
What's that?
No moon.
No moon.
No moon. And I see it over there. Over the mountains, over the sea, back where my heart is longing to be. Please let the light that shines on me shine on the one I love. I see the moon sees me, down through the leaves of the old oak tree.
Please let the light that shines on me.
Shine on the one I love. Over the mountains, over the sea, back where my heart is longing to be. Please let the light that shines on me shine on the one I love.
Let the little killer ever sing.
I kiss. No, not yet. I kiss the rose.
Oh, not yet.
I kiss the rose and the
No, not yet. Now.
I kiss the rose and the rose kiss me. Fragrant as only a rose can be.
Little louder, miss.
Please take a kiss. It's me back to the one I love.
And one more time. Over the mountains, over the sea, back where my heart is longing to be. Please let the light that shines on me shine on the one I love. Over the mountains, over the sea, back where my heart is longing to be. Please let the light that shines on me shine on the one I
Now, will somebody please tell me what this place is and why everyone is so scared of the Red Queen?
The Red Queen, she wants to know about the Red Queen.
You don't know about the Red Queen?
Only what that strange cat told me.
A cat spoke to you, and they say I'm mad.
They do, Hatter. They say you're mad as a March hare.
Ha ha!
me! We're both mad!
Where's the teapot? I want to hide in the teapot.
Teapot's mine, Dormy.
So, my dear, you want to know all about the Red Queen? Is she friends with you all? Are you related to her? Are you, perchance, a red herring?
Oh, you really are silly people here. If I were any of those things, I would know her, wouldn't I? Now please, what is so terrifying about her?
I would tell you, my dear girl, you should not be here. This place is in terrible straits and nobody has any money.
Is that the Red Queen?
Oh, yes, she has it all everything.
I don't understand. The White Queen is here with us. Queens have plenty of money, and usually a few spare relatives with not much to do. Can't you help, Your Majesty?
Well, I'm afraid the Red Queen does rather have one over a barrel in monetary terms. What cash there is and all the armed forces are with her. What little I have left is this old cardboard crown. Why else do you think one comes here for one's tea?
But that's dreadful! But why don't all you hatters and hares and dormice
And Cheshire Cat.
precisely, and Cheshire Cats, why don't you all band together and demand that she shares it?
Because she has the thing.
Oh, yes, the thing.
Put 'em up, thing. Put 'em up.
What thing?
You've asked enough questions. We are all in a dangerous game here, and you must make your own path and follow your own moves. Be warned, playing a game can be painful, especially when one is on the losing side and one is forever being knocked off the board.
Knocked off the board? Whatever did she mean?
Well, you really can be rather slowly up. The Queen is right. We can't tell you any more. Your time at the tea table is over. You'll have to book again. The next seats will be available in 6 months' time. Goodbye.
Well, if you're going to be so rude, I'm going to find somebody who isn't.
Why don't you ask the caterpillar? It's very wise.
But they're so small. I couldn't sort one of those in my height.
We'll find another magic bottle. You only have to know where to look.
Now where did I find that last magic bottle? Just oh, what rubbish. If it was thrown on, I'd just have to look down and it would be. I'm beginning to think this is all a setup.
Has anybody seen the Red Queen? The Queen of Hearts. I'm looking for a playing card called the Queen of Hearts. Behind me? You said that last time. Where is she? Over there. So she is. Thank you very much. Hello.
You must be the blue caterpillar. But you're huge.
Why, thank you, sister. Actually, you're very small. But that's kind of cool. I'm huge, you're tiny. We're both exactly the same size, yes. I think I need a bit more mushroom and let that sink in.
I think I've seen you in pictures, and you're normally smoking a pipe.
I used to smoke a pipe all the time. But it starts, the bells ringing, and everyone rushes outside, and there's all these dudes in the red shop. Man, nobody smokes these have some mushroom instead.
Can't see any harm in that. My father has mushrooms for breakfast. Tastes a little different though. Feeling rather light in the head. Think I ought to sit down. Now, Mr. Caterpillar, what can you tell me about the Red Queen's terrible thing?
Listen up, girl. 'Twas brillig in the slidey toes did gyre and gimble in the wave. Oh, Mimsy with the bother groves and the moonrath outgrave. Beware the jabbersnot, my son.
The jabbersnot?
Beware the jabbersnot, my son. The jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the jub-jub bird, and shun the frumious bandersnatch.
Why, Mr. Caterpillar, it all sounds rather wonderful, but when I try to think what the words mean, I find I can't make any sense of them. Are they real words? Or is your mushroom doing funny things to my head?
He took his vorpal sword in hand, long time the manson foe sought. So rested he by the tum-tum tree, and he stood a while in thought. And as in uffish thought he stood, the jabbersnot with nose of flame came slithering through the toldy wood, and burbled as he came.
Well, what happened next? You can't just leave it there with the jabbersnot thing sniffling and burbling. I want to know what happens next.
Young people, always wanting other people to make their life decisions for them. Whatever happens next, girl, is whatever you decide. Go with the flow, bend with the wind, spin around with the last bit of water in the bath.
But what is the jabbersnot? Sounds perfectly horrid.
Always wanting answers. Why don't you just seek out the questions? They're pretty neat.
I know. Is the jabbersnot the Red Queen's terrible thing?
Oh, that's way too heavy. Don't you go around speaking stuff like that, girl. I'm out of here.
You answer me or I'll pull you off.
Well, that's very kind of you, but I think a nice cup of tea will do me just fine. Goodbye.
Right. I think I'm getting somewhere. I think the Red Queen has this jabbersnot creature, and that's why everyone's so scared of her. Everything here is a bit strange, but perfectly harmless, don't you think? Yeah. I bet it's just the same. I'm going to find it.
Mr. Dunn.
Where are you?
Right here.
Oh, right. I say, Mr. D, she's not as stupid as she looks, is she?
Ah, Mr. Dunn. Almost though she has a brain.
I do hope she has. The Red Queen likes nothing more than seeing the jabbersnot suck a human's brains out of its nostrils. Such a wonderful sound.
Come on, Mr. Dunn. Let's go tell the Red Queen that we got ourselves a smart one. Let's go down here, Mr. Dunn. Let's check the audience out.
Who are you looking at? Who are you looking at? Who are you looking at?
Little man, I've called the Chancellor to give us a summary of the financial position.
I'm afraid it isn't, my dear.
Isn't? What do you mean it isn't?
It isn't summary. It's rather bleak and wintry, I fear.
Well, let's ask Chancellor Dumpty himself, shall we? I assume he is still sitting on that dratted wall.
Oh, my sweet little Puffhead, I've been dreading telling you this. I fear he has fallen.
What? That great oafish egghead has finally slipped off that ridiculous wall? Oh, that is rather funny. I hope his mind is not scrambled by the shock. Perhaps the yoke of office was too much. I must take a picture and put it in the albumum in my bedroom. Albumum? Oh dear me, I am on fire today. Let me near him, I'll fry him sunny side up, I'll cook him.
Awfully good, awfully good. Most exceptionally witty of you.
Do not try to be funny, it doesn't suit you. I assume you have been to his aid?
Oh, my sweetest little tarantula. I sent all my horses and all my men, but they couldn't put him back together again.
Then bring him here in whatever state he is in. I must know how much is in our coffers.
Very well. Mr. Chancellor Dumpty! Mr. Chancellor Dumpty!
my condition. I had rather a great fall from my war, you understand.
I am not remotely interested in your condition. I only care about our coffers. Are they full of wonderful gold pieces? Are we able to shell out on a few luxuries?
How can I put this to you, Your Majesty?
Rather carefully if you don't want to share the yoke with all of us.
Very well. So you'd like the financial summary report? Here it is. Summary time! And the coffers are empty. Wallet's fluffing. And the debit is high. Your folks were rich, but you squandered their money. So much in which you stole, you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna wake up looking. Television disgusting, and away you will fly. But till that morning, there's nothing you have to do. With coffins and bailiffs standing by. By the time, for gloomy as ever, you live like toys, but the treasury's bare. You're thick as Lord, but you think you're so clever. Like Lily and Perky standing there.
I'm not sure we got the message. Could you be a little more explicit?
Well, Your Majesties, 1 million pieces of gold would be nice, don't you think?
Quite nice, I would concur.
A pleasant number to have, you will agree. And do you know what those numbers are made up of?
Ones! Any number is made up of that number of ones.
What exactly are you saying, Mr. Chancellor?
That it's the ones that matter. Without them, you have nothing. It's the ones that make you rich. Do you like being rich, Your Majesties?
I think I speak for both of us when I say one does rather enjoy richness, yes.
Then consider yourself rich.
Oh, goody, we're rich, we're rich.
Well done, Chancellor Dumpty, and especially in such a state.
Thank you, Your Majesties. Now I must make my way to the shell garage. My exhaust is blowing badly.
I thought I smelt a bad egg around here.
So exactly how much money do we have, Mr. Dumpty?
Remember, it's the ones that matter.
Indeed, yes. You have only just explained the importance of ones to economics.
Then that's... Oh, actually, you're in luck. That's exactly what you have. One.
One? One piece of gold?
Oh, no, Your Majesty. Please don't think that.
Thank goodness.
Oh, no, Your Magisterials. You have £1. This isn't Wonderland, it's Poundland. Must exit. Bye.
Did he just say what I thought he just said?
I think he did. We have £1.
£1 of gold?
No, £1, my sweet.
And what is that worth?
No, about £1.
Get me those 2 twisted tweedles right now. I want that human girl creature to feed to the Jabbersnot. Once it gets a taste of real human flesh, we can let it loose in ordinary land, and we can take what we want, like from beasts like those. Oh yes, and when the Jabbersnot catches the scent of this crowd of misfits and misshapen mishaps, it will suck your horrible heads into its great big bubbling nostrils. Or of course, you can simply pay a little tax. Your choice. Come, my little bearded bird, and let us get to work.
Well, Mr. D, I do most assuredly suspect that the Red Queen will make the Jabbersnot's next meal if we don't get our mitts on that little nit from ordinary land.
Indeed, Mr. Dunn. I share your miserable misgivings. Now's the time to reel her in.
Really reel her, D?
Really done.
And what a conflagrant coincidence. Here comes the rabbit.
Oh my word! Look at the time! Look at it! It keeps going round and round, no matter how fast I go. I'll be late. I am late. Perhaps if I went the opposite way round to my watch, it would go that way instead. I'll try it.
Excuse me, White Rabbit. Where do you rush with so frantic a demeanour?
I'm late!
So you say, dear fella, for what evidentiary event?
What?
My dear fellow, my colleague simply wonders why you might be a tad tardy.
What's that got to do with it? Whatever it is, I must dash. I'm late.
With that good fella, and to where?
Why, to there, of course. To where I'm dashing.
To find the girl, perhaps.
Why, yes. Oh, thank you, my friends. But I must dash. I can't be late. She's in the forest with the blue caterpillar.
Well, could we perhaps accompany your splendid self?
Indeed. But do, please, keep up. Come on now.
Hello, okay? Hello. Are you all as confused as I? Thought so. Did you read the program notes?
No.
Did anybody read the program notes? Good, because they make things much worse. I don't suppose any of you have any idea what happens next? I have no clue. Anyone?
Yeah.
Oh, you!
I'm not lost. I lost you and you lost yourself. You certainly didn't lose me. I'm not lost.
Not now you're not, I must agree. And I see you've brought two girlfriends.
Hello, miss. I'm Trudy. And I'm too dumb. We're ladies. Single ladies.
That was lovely, wasn't it, Mr. Rabbit? Mr. Rabbit, you okay?
I'm perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with me. But the ground does seem to be going round in rather a strange way. What have you done to me?
It was a carrot soup, my dear old thing.
Your little weakness, Mr. R.
My lovely dear old carrot soup.
The very same.
I wondered why it tasted of maple isocyanate. I thought I must have overdone the seasoning a bit. You killed it.
Mr. Rabbit, what have you two done to him?
I should have thought that was rather obvious, young lady.
Indeed, Mr. Dunn. Don't think Mensa. We'll be missing out on this one. Now come along. It's time to feed you.
Thank you for the offer, but I'm not hungry.
Oh dear, Tweedledee. We're going to feed you
Sugar.
Jabbersnot.
But you can't. It's only a thing in a poem.
Well, so this is the human girl, is it? The White Queen your favourite, is she?
Well, I've only met her once.
Oh, really? Bring me the script. Why are you walking like that?
Oh, I'm afraid I have the scrolls.
Here, page 3. I'm going to meet my White Queen there. She's my favourite.
Oh, you're that Red Queen.
Precisely. But when you keep trying to kill, then knock off onto the floor, you are the most ill-bred and violent child. But despite those positive attributes, I'm still going to have you eaten alive. And you, Tweedling Crits, tie the child up for the Jabbersnots. Oh, it will be so excited to taste some actual human flesh. And then we can let it loose out there. Listen, I can hear it already.
It's the Jabber's knot.
Is that really the Jabber's knot?
Yes, it is, my dear. Do we really have to go through with this, my gorgeous little wizard?
How much money do we have?
A little less than £1. I'm afraid I had to buy some pills for my chippy tummy.
Well, then of course we had to. Besides, aren't you just a tad curious to see what it looks like when a human has all its flesh sucked into those glorious nostrils? They say it can suck off all the flesh, leave only the hair, bones, and any clothes bought from Primark. Oh, come here, Jabber. A little taster for you. Oh, I think he rather enjoyed his little amuse-bouche. Now, let us leave him in peace to enjoy his main course. As I suspected, all Primark. Come, my little pile of poo. Let us get the coffers ready to take in all the tax that will be coming from them.
But we know you have to go to the bar and the toilet. You'll need them so. But remember to come back to your seats, both small and far. We must slip right through the bits and then you all can go home. Woo!
She's the star of the show.
Would you mind holding this for me? Thank you. You won't mind.
Oh no.
If you think the Mad Hatter is mad, you really should have seen me first. Bonkers! Stark raving! Not a sane bone in my body. Hardly a bone in my body, actually. Mostly sort of flab, held together with good garden twine. Centuries of aristocratic breeding. Never fails. Find out in the cheap seats. Pull back, please. Thank you. I love garden games. Golf, croquet, lawn tennis, patio tennis, flower bed tennis, middle of the pond tennis. My particular favourite, that one, and I'm excellent at all of them. 5! An ace! An ace! Ball back, please. Oh! Cheeky. Thank you. Did I tell you about my sporting life? No, of course I didn't. Never met you before, have I?
Yes, you have.
I've never met you before. Well, at least I can't say I recognize you with your clothes on. Now, you can tell by my physique that I'm an athlete. Look, I have an athlete's foot on the end of each leg. My first love was tennis. I had an ace coach, a powerful Serbian called Goran Itchy Krutadek. Taught me the advantage of the doubles love game. Still, I did get a surprise when he popped his little packet and his furry balls fell out. All four of them. He told me to spread my legs like this and bend over and stick my bum out, and he would try me with a hard, quick one. I said, I don't mind it hard, but does it have to be quick? I'd be flat on my back if I tried to stand like that. Just what he wanted, he said. His first effort veered into my tram lines, and it was over in a flash. His second really stung my rim. But I tried to give as good as I got, but his ball swung all over the place, and I had to grope for a touch. Still, I did get him to deuce twice, which I thought was quite impressive. Always seeking new sporting stimulation, I tried my hand at badminton. Now, there's nothing to match a good thwacking of a well-feathered shuttlecock. But I find the way they fall away at the end rather unfulfilling. But my real love turned out to be cricket. Now, before you all doze off, I was the same, until I found out what a Chinaman can feel like with the fingers across the seam. I gave up on Goran and turned to an Australian hunk called Worn Out Shane to teach me how to grip the long handle. He had magic fingers and a penetrating length, and I couldn't stop him slipping his other one into my corridor of uncertainty. But I did get my own back when he was waving his willow. I crouched low, in a tight slip, waiting for a tickle, and he didn't disappoint. I moved further away, and he forced into my gully. He suggested a short third man. I said I prefer deep cover. You know, the only problem with cricket is that a chap gets himself in, and after a few nervous prods, he's out again. I tried my hand at golf, but as happy as I was with the wood, I found the shaft too flexible for my grip. The game they play here is croquet. Croquet. Jolly genteel, perfectly posh, frightfully fashionable. What could be nicer than swinging your heavy-headed club between your legs and knocking your opponent's shiny orbs to all corners? Six! Sorry about that. It says in the rules, it's best played on grass. But personally, I prefer something a little stronger. Molly or Charlie, perhaps. Oh no, it's the Mad Hatter!
should be more timely. Now tell me, Dormouse, do you know what's happened to that human girl child, Alice? Her tea's going to be completely cold.
I think we should stay well away from her. She talks of dangerous things and it makes me nervous.
Everything makes you nervous, Dormouse. Come on, I'll teach you to look after yourself. Somebody comes at you, you dodge left, feint right, make the hit on with a jab, and then, oh!
Do sit down here, it really doesn't help. We really want to find her. I think we should ask somebody who knows. Who knows things?
I know things. Oh, I know things about things when other people don't even know there are things to know anything about. Ask me anything.
Oh, I've got one. Why is the sky blue?
Oh yeah, this is because if it were green, it would be the lawn and our table would fall off. Too easy. Ask me another.
I've got a good one. Keep moving, keep jabbing. Where is the human girl, Alice?
Well, that's even easier. She is somewhere else.
Well, we should go there then. I know. Let's ask the Walrus and the Carpenter. They have lived in this world longer than anyone else and are bound to know where in somewhere else she is.
My idea all along, come on.
Hello. I'm just going to wait right here. They'll be along soon. There. What did I say?
There we go. Found you, and you. I'm the winner. Win. Right, let's have some tea.
But you weren't looking for us, we were all looking for Alice.
Yeah! And when we find her, I'm going to skip left, weave right, and smack her right on the schnozzle with an uppercut.
I don't see how that will help.
What's that? Somebody sneaking up on us? Take that and that.
Ow! It's only old Cheshire.
Oh.
There was a cheesy smell round here. Said we should ask him.
You did not say anything of the sort, Hannah. You said something quite mad, but it wasn't that. Mr. Cheshire Cat, we're looking for the human girl child called Alice.
I know her. She was asking about the Red Queen.
Oh, I do wish he wouldn't do that. No good will come of it. What did you tell her?
To have some tea.
Tea?
Did she come to your tea party?
She did? Yes, that's where she is. Let's go and find her.
Just a minute, Hannah. That's where we just came from.
Then we know where it is. Come along.
Mr. Cheshire Cat, could you be so good as to direct us to the Walrus and the Carpenter? They are the oldest people on this world and are bound to have enough wisdom to know what's befallen Alice.
Don't you know? The Walrus and the Carpenter are always to be found in the oyster bar at the beach. They spend their entire lives chatting to the oysters to divert their attention away from the obvious fact.
Which is?
They are eating their thrusts.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Cheshire Cat. We'll be on our way.
I mean, it's only natural, for walrus to eat oysters. Just as it is for cats to chase dormice.
Oh, what do you think he meant by that?
Don't you worry about him, Dormy. And his scruffy moggy comes at you, or lean right, shuffle left, and bang him in the chops with the right cross. Pow!
She's not there! She's not there! She's not at our tea party! But stranger still, neither are we. We must be lost! Oh!
We're not lost, Hatter. We're here. Look.
But what's happened to the March Hare? Oh, Dormy, were we attacked? Is he safe?
He just hit himself. Come on, we're going to get up and go and see the Walrus and the Carpenter.
Morning, mate.
Morning, Carpenter. Done any carpentry recently?
Oh, no time, Mike. There's too many oysters to eat. That'll be 12 dozen for my breakfast this morning. That should do me.
All right. How's about your friend?
Oh, no! Just the oysters for me.
Oh, you are a one carpenter, sharp as a chisel.
How many you having?
I'm adding the same, plus 2 dozen more. We should be finished in time for lunch.
Okay. I'm going to go and get them. You're going to be a bit careful because they're getting a bit of wind about the fact that their friends are being eaten.
Great. Get on those desks. For what we are about to receive, may the Red Queen make us truly thankful. Hang on a minute.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Hang on a minute. 2, 3, 4. That does not look like 26 dozen.
Oh, yeah, but they're hand-picked. Hand-picked. They're the finest. You should try them maybe with a bit of Tabasco, but don't scare them off. You might want to get to know them a little bit first.
All right, all right. Hello, oysters. I'm Walrus, and this is my friend the carpenter.
Well, that's a rather odd arrangement, isn't it? I mean, you're a sea-dwelling mammal with aggressive instincts. Rather foul breath, don't understand. And you're a skilled woodworker trained to cut and join fine pieces of timber into useful household furniture and fittings.
However, did you meet?
Nice of you to ask. Nice to find somebody interested.
It was on an online dating site for lonely sea mammals and artisan craftsmen, wasn't it?
Oh, yes, it was. You put up a picture of a lovely and cuddly seal. And I thought it'd be company for me when I was all lonely on a job.
Well, what about you? You should put up a picture of someone called Karen Carpenter. Said you was a famous singer. And I was fancying a musical interlude between all of that wallowing and bellowing I have to do. I'm on the top of the world looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can find is the love above. Ever since you came around, your love's put me at the top of the world.
I read this sort of clip every hard since noon. How about you lot?
Well, you see, we oysters don't really like to travel. Edie here's my best friend from birth. We clung onto the same bit of rock all our lives. Natural we should marry. Never been apart. None of us have ever been off the rock until Harry here dragged us off and put us in this nice clean tank.
Well, it's been very nice meeting you both, but we really should get going. Getting a bit dry out of water.
Of course! Sorry to have kept you.
Lovely to have met you. Bye now.
Lovely family.
Lovely. Although I am feeling a bit peckish.
It's funny that. Every time I eat here, I never feel full. No. Oh, who's this then?
Good day, gentlemen. I wonder if we might trouble you.
We're looking for the human girl child called Alice. We fear she may have come to a sticky end.
Yeah, when we find him, we'll bash him with the left, smack him with the right. Wallop!
The human girl, you say? Walrus, what have you heard?
I've heard things.
I too, me too. I too have heard some things. Yes.
They've heard things, let's go.
But we haven't heard what they've heard yet, Hatter.
Well, precisely, that's why we had to ask them. Come along.
My good gentleman, would you be so good as to reveal what you have heard, please?
If you let us find something to eat, we will. We come here every day, but somehow we never feel full.
You can come to our tea party if you like.
Delighted! Will there be oysters?
Oh, Walrus, we must learn to live a little. What we have heard is this.
We've heard that the blue caterpillar has told Alice about the dreaded Jabbersnot. But she didn't tell her everything. Now listen.
1, 2, 1, 2, and through. The vorpal blade went snicker snack. he left it dead, and with its head he went galumphing back.
And hast thou slain the Jabbersnot? Come to my arms, old beamish boy. Perhaps perhaps this day he chortled in his joy.
Right, thanks for that. So all we need is a vorpal blade and a beamish boy, and we can kill this thing. Where can we find those?
Walrus, any ideas?
Well, I favour Argos myself for the vorpal blade. Not sure about a beamish boy though. Maybe you should put a small lad in Gumtree.
This is hopeless. You can't get a straight answer around here anywhere. I know. I'm going to go straight to the top. The White Queen. She's a sworn enemy of the Red Queen and as such is a friend of ours. I bet she'll be playing croquet. Come on, we're going.
Wasn't it marvellous the way the darling Jabbersnot sucked her flesh clean off? He must have crunched up the bones as well. The poor thing was so starved of human meat.
Indeed, my loving little hornet. It was a remarkably clean and complete kill.
Now, to see what this wonderful news has done to our financial position. Chancellor Dumpty, what do you have to report? I can't understand a word he's saying. Why is he talking like that?
My sweetest little tarantula, I'm afraid he's had another fall. He rather landed on his head and is completely covered in bandages. I fear if we remove them, he might simply fall apart. Please try again, Mr. Chancellor Dumpty. He says that the signs for the economy are looking bright. He says that the effective speed of the increase-decrease in balance of currency baskets indicates a clear fiscal swing from the positively negative to the negatively positive, which is fully in line with neoclassical endogenous growth theory as applied to the medium of pantomime.
Excellent, excellent, Mr. Dumpty. So we have more money already.
He says that we benefit from a longer-lasting purse due to the reduced erosional effects of coinage.
A longer-lasting purse. So we are able to shell out on a few luxuries.
Not quite. It seems that the purse lasts longer because, how can I put this, there's rather less in there than there was before. What's that, Dumpty? Oh! It seems that the Jabbersnot's latest visit has proved rather expensive. Nasal emissions can be a touch sticky.
Right. It's time to let the Jabbersnot run amok amongst them. Let's see how many of you will pay your taxes if he's their forfeit.
Convince the Jabbersnot to let me cook him a fabulous meal, he'd lose all interest in eating me. But he's a stubborn and horrid monster indeed, and won't let me go to get the ingredients. Well, actually, I had my fingers crossed when I told him, and I'll run away if I get out. Oh dear Jabbersnot, won't you let me go get the things I need so I can cook your wonderful meal that will taste so much better than me?
I'm a monster girl. I don't eat meals, I eat people.
But you haven't eaten me.
Well, a bit of a cold. And with a nose like mine, that's no joke. Which me right off like human flesh. As soon as it clears up, I'll suck the meat and skin off your bones, or I'm supposed to. And don't you go thinking I'm one of those monsters who need to be taken down and affection and goes off and fury. I'm a real monster, and I really eat people. Just need a few liters of night nurse, and I'll gobble you up like my parents taught me.
I know. Why don't you let me go get your night nurse, just like my parents taught me? And then if you're feeling better, maybe we can see about that meal.
My parents also taught me not to trust anybody, so I ate them. I'm not going to trust you, girlie. No deal.
Look, I haven't been able to see what I look like since you snotted all over me. Like you Victorian girls with absolutely massive undergarments. Do you have a mirror?
A mirror? I'm a hideous, terrifying creature, driven only by a lust for human blood and meat. Would I have a mirror?
Worth a try?
Well, I think there's one over there. Not mine, you understand?
I say, this is very grand for not your mirror. Don't I look awful? And look through there. There's something on the other side. I wonder if I can escape through the mirror and get away from the Jabbersnot. I hope he goes to sleep soon and I'll try. That was a stroke of luck. Right, quiet everybody. I'm through! I'm in Looking Glass Land!
No, you're not. You just went through an empty frame. Nice try, though.
Rats! That doesn't happen in the stories. So I can't cook you a nice meal that will taste better than me, and I can't escape by going through the mirror. How can I get away from you before you get over your cold and eat me alive?
I wouldn't bother to try. You get away from me, the Red Queen will find you and bring you back. And when I finish you off, I'll go down there and do the same to them. What? I'm feeling much better now. You're coming with me. I don't like being watched when I eat people. Never quite got the hang of table manners. Come along, girlie. Come along.
Like to play some croquet. Bring some hoops. Did I say you can move? Now, before we begin, I would like to be entertained. Hoops, entertain me. I'm glad that you know how to listen to your queen. Now, I would like to play croquet now. Be hoops. I don't think that is what a hoop should do. And I still don't think that's what a hoop should do. I may have to send you back to your parents. Now, let us begin. My turn first.
I think it might be my turn now.
You? I don't want to play. I'm just going to slay you.
You can't hurt me now. Not now. All that's history. I've nothing more to say. You don't have an ace to play. The winner takes it all. The loser standing small beside my victory. That's my destiny. You killed my white king, and now I'm going to finish you.
I am the real deal. Your jam is evening meal.
I see through your pretense, and you're just a tired old rat bag.
You sorry little fool. You're playing by the rules.
The winner takes it all. The loser standing small. You think you've beaten me, but pawn to grief like 3.
You make me see red now. You nasty pale-faced cow.
So what you gonna do?
Knight to Kingsbrook 2.
The winner takes it all. The loser standing small beside my victory. That's my destiny.
Oh, I am hit. I am hit. Oh, drat.
Goodness. It looks as though I won. And after all this time. Oh.
It's only check, you rancid vagina.
Take that! Oh.
Still only check, you poultry potentate.
Not yet. Thank you, Your Red Majesty. I was in rather a tricky position. Now, do you think you could go and help save Alice?
But my dear, I think it's too late. She has been fed to the Jabbersnot.
Call yourself a king. 1 and 1 should join forces. We must help save that poor child.
Wait, there is a way. If someone were to stuff up his nose while he has a cold, the pressure inside would be tremendous and the creature might simply explode.
Oh, Your Red Majesty. To hear you speak like that almost made me drop my pants. Nay. Now you can hold my glasses.
May I say something? Sorry to start on, bit of a habit of mine, you see. One of the great things about being able to appear and disappear is that you can be in places without anyone knowing. I know where Alice is. She's the only one who is able to block up the Jabbersnotty's nose. And you all need all the help you can get, including that Mad Hatter and his fatuous fairy friends. Come along, follow me.
Where did you go?
Let's follow.
Over there.
Goodness gracious, Mr. D! That was a turnout of events that one could not have readily anticipated.
I'm considerably in agreement, Mr. Dunn. The Red Queen couldn't like that by the white. That's something of a book-orientated turn-up.
We seem to have lost our best employer. What do you suggest?
We seek out the money, Mr. Dunn. Let's go find Chancellor Dumpty. See if we can't squeeze a little final payment out of him.
I hear he's had another ride of great form. He's convalescing. My goodness. Here he comes now.
May I inquire as to Mr. Dumpty's health?
Or you can ask him yourself. He's had a few falls, so he's a bit more like scrambled egg. But you're still cheeky with it, aren't you, Mr. Dumpty?
Just a scratch, Nursey. Can't wait for you to mash on my shell before bed tonight.
Oh, Mr. Dumpty, you are a one. Look, you've got some visitors.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chancellor. My colleague, Mr. D, and I were wondering about our final payment on the Red Queen's account.
Yeah, services rendered. 1 human gale charge delivered.
Oh, marvellous. What a pair of terrible flops you are. There's no better scarper if you know what's good for you.
My goodness, Mr. D, I rather think we had. Whither shall we rush?
To the Jabberwocky, Mr. Dunn. Let us go strike a hasty allegiance with the beast itself.
We hasten, Mr. D.
Most hastily, Mr. Dunn.
Quiet now, everyone. Don't want to attract the attention of the Jabbersnotty.
Not a word, Dormouse. Not a sound.
Anybody so much as whispers, not lift, dive right, and whack!
Look! You're all here! And the red king and the white queen. There's a surprise.
I can only apologise for the behaviour of my late wife. We are here to rescue you.
Do keep it down. The Jabbersnot will be dreadfully upset if he hears about the Red Queen. He sent me to get some night nurse for his cold.
Oh, we could do better than that. Shh. We have brought a giant nasal spray. But hidden inside is hot tea. If you can push this up his nose, the pressure will build and build and build. And goodness knows what will happen. In fact, we'd be better to get off to our own tea party.
Sneak up while he's sleeping. Oh, but I'm frightened. I don't want to go.
Oh, we don't want to lose you, but we think you ought to see to the Jabberwocky and stuff up his meat. We shall cheer you on and clap you, but we'll be way down the road when you dab his nasal cavity and his nostrils explode.
Come now, Alice. This is your moment.
Let's go, Mr. Dunn. Good job we had this back, innit? I'm expecting it. Where did you come from?
Hello. You're all still here. Well, that's an achievement. I'm so sorry. I must have fallen asleep. And I suppose you've just been sat there looking as miserable as you do now ever since. That is what normally happens at these shows. Oh, but I had the most fantastic dream. Nothing like that ever happens to me. But where's my dress? I must have lost it in the dream. You don't think it was real, do you?
It's real.
It can't have been.
It was. You went for it last night.
Really?
Yeah.
But it was too fantastic to be real.
I'm on the behind. I've got no more rabbits. Now listen, all you lot. You've got the words to this on your chair, so there is no excuse. We're going to sing the song, and we're going to sing it with actions. And I'm the only one here who knows them, but I'll play them up. And they're very simple. More of them, please. Over the mountains, over the sea, back where my heart is longing to be. Let the light that shines on me, shine on the one I love. Did you all get it? Is anybody still there? Did you all get that? Hello, these are my ears, aren't they? Did you all get that? Yeah! Right, here we go together.
These productions would not be possible without a great deal of help from people who turn up and do endless hours without appearing on stage. And we'd just like to thank a few people very quickly. Boram. Backstage with dry ice. Rugby John for running a fantastic bar at back. And Gabriel, who stood in the last minute on percussion and drums. Somebody had to leave at the last minute and Gabriel stood up. Presents. This was written by Philip, who every year provides his family of his presents whilst he writes the panto on holiday. Jackie, wonderful producer. Turned up 2 nights a week and had to put up with all of us. Numerous calls to thank all the cast, all the children who have appeared, and you guys for turning up every year. Thank you so much.